Let me make sure I have the first few sentences,
Here,
so I don't have to immediately look down.
I'm gonna take the price tag off of the front of this.
True. You could let them know how much this episode costs. Hello and welcome back to Zillow with Zoey. Your Christmas wishes have been fulfilled. If you're like me, then unfortunately your dad is not home yet. But don't worry, Mark and I are here. We're your chosen family, and honestly, we're just as good. It has been an entire year since we made an episode. For some of you, this probably means that it was the worst year of your life. For the others, congratulations, you had a year break from hearing me yap. There is so much to talk about. Last year we talked about the JoJo Siwa drama, and you may be asking, are there any updates to that? Well, she did sing a killer cover of Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo, but not much else has happened. It is a winter wonderland up here in Zoeyland. Zoeyland? True, honestly. It is a winter wonderland up here in Zillowland. Just kidding, it's like 40 degrees up here. Do you remember last year we were complaining about how it was literally negative 30 degrees? We couldn't even film the episode before Christmas because it was so cold, and so we waited for a heat wave of -5 to actually film. But right now it's like 40 degrees. So last year I was worried about my fingers falling off, and this year I'm worried about my children's future. Okay, squad, let's get locked in.
It's like garbage.
Where's it from?
Menard's bag full of shit.
Menards?
I mean, am I a bad person if I just let this go?
You can put it in my car and I'll throw it away later.
We're gonna go put this in Zoe's car.
No, you know, Casper Road is a state park.
Yeah, you're right. I just recorded.
You're a state felon. Okay, so I will be reviewing the houses of many of the Christmas homes that we grew up with. To start, we will be talking about the quintessential Christmas home, the Home Alone house. Yay! A grand colonial-style home in the suburbs of Chicago. The McAllisters have 5 children, a 4,200 square foot home, and they can still afford a luxurious trip to Paris. 2009 would not have been kind to the McAllister family. Not only is it beautiful on the outside, but it's also beautiful on the inside too. Actually, the Home Alone house was recently on sale at an estimated $2.4 million. The pictures of the house from the movie are way better than when they were trying to put it on sale, but that's probably just because they had it decorated up in a Christmas vibe, and I love Christmas, obviously, so I'm gonna like it more. But I love the wallpaper that they added for the movie. Mark, what are your thoughts on the wallpaper?
It's fine.
Okay, perfect. So that's why you're behind the camera and I'm the one sharing my opinion. I cannot believe that anyone can have such a neutral opinion on wallpaper. Mark, you truly take my breath away. You can get this house on Airbnb, but you'll have to endure a trial of flying fryer pans and heated doorknobs. Fun fact, Mark and I actually debuted as the criminals. Mark is so Marv and I'm so Harry. Next up on the chopping block is It's a Wonderful Life. First off, this movie sucks. You cannot be a Zillow with Zoey fan and think that this is a good movie. I am asking you to choose. All I'm saying is this movie tries to make you feel bad for a man that has not thought about a single other person in his life. If I wanted to deal with that, I would just go to Mark's Christmas party. He is painfully average. I'm so sad. I know it's gotten into me. It just sounds like I'm calling you painfully average, and I thought
No, that's what makes it funnier.
He's painfully average, and I'm pretty sure that he does not deserve the wife that he has, but I don't really remember the plot. Anyways, I'll give it to him. His house is pretty cool. This house is the blueprint of every other fixer-upper. George and Mary Bailey are the Chip and Joanna Gaines of 1940s upstate New York. Like I said, I don't really remember the plot of this movie, but I'm pretty sure that he gained empathy because his house was renovated. And honestly, I can't even say much about that because I probably won't gain empathy either until I have a pretty house, which likely will never happen either. One thing that the McAllisters and the Baileys have in common is that they do know how to decorate a house for Christmas. All you bitches with your cheap Christmas trees and your puny ass stockings need to invest in a notebook and take some notes. Learn from the Baileys and the McAllisters. And that is me, Zoey, saying that. I truly believe that. The rest of the script, we went like sentence by sentence trying to come up with the joke. That flowed out of me like it was supposed to happen. Like I truly believe that and I've thought that my whole life. This movie was nominated for a buttload of Oscars but didn't win a single one. And if my memory serves me correctly, this movie would have lost even if it was up against the 1965 short film Penis directed by A.J. Rose. Next up, we are talking about the greatest story of all time. Little Women, a story that only me, Greta Gerwig, and Mark truly understand. Mark is actually writing his own spin-off called Big Dudes that is starring himself and the ghost of Don Knotts. Mark would totally be Meg, and I'm a little more of an Amy myself. I love the Little Women house for the main reason that it looks like it would not survive a fire. So if you're looking for a detox from your chain-smoking cigarettes, then this is the place. You can transition into chain-smoking Timothy Chalamet with the rest of the March sisters. Joe did not like his ass. Spend enough time around a man like that and he'll give you a Lori speech, I guarantee it. Mark, have you ever had a Lori speech?
I've never given a Lori speech, if that's what you're asking me. I've never been that down bad.
Well, actually, honestly, I would also be on my knees begging to marry a March sister if it means that I could inherit that house. Like, I honestly get it. This is yet another example of a family that has no explanation. It's my fans, they're coming to get me. I've never seen a car go slower on my life. This is yet another example of a family that has no explanation of why they have as much money as they do. Isn't their whole thing that they're poor and grateful for what they have? This is another terrific example of a wallpaper house. The wallpaper fans have won yet another battle. Mark and the March sisters all have one thing in common. Bob Odenkirk is their father. Daddy, if you will. If you are not done with us yet, the next house we will be reviewing is the house from A Christmas Story. This is, out of all of the houses we have reviewed thus far, this is definitely the most normal one. A regular family totally could live here, and honestly, I think that makes the plot of the story go along a lot easier. Home of Ralphie, who is a child that looks like he could kick Mark's ass in Fortnite, lives in this nuclear family-ass house with his family. It's in Cleveland, home of the once great Cleveland Cavaliers, and where Khloe Kardashian had her baby. And this is also where Tristan Thompson tried to make another baby with another woman. Tristan, get your ass back on the court and out of the STD testing facilities. Back to A Christmas Story. I feel like people like this movie because it's so relatable. And I would like to thank this movie for normalizing the display of sexy lady legs and justifying it as Christmas decor. And finally, for our last house we're going to be reviewing, it is the Good Luck Charlie house. And you may be wondering, how does this house fit into this episode? And of course, it is because of the hit movie Good Luck Charlie, It's Christmas! For the haters and losers, we can technically review this house when it's all decorated up for Christmas. This stunning and spacious craftsman bungalow was every single Disney kid's dream house. Teddy's lifted platform truly changed me. The internal decor can be described as eclectic, millennial, colorful, and chaotic. And to ride out this segment, we would like to show you a sweet edit of Bob Duncan. Thank you so much for watching Zillow with Zoey. Yay! I hope your hot chocolate is warm and your enemies are defeated. And, of course, tell your mom you love her for me.